Yo, yo, I don't even know if I'm in frame. Hopefully, I am. Welcome back to How to Shoot a Music Video, episode 3. Today we're going to be talking about location scouting. Location scouting is one of the most important parts of shooting a music video. It can save a lot of time if it's done right, so pay attention. So if you location scout correctly, you could save a lot of time on set. Therefore, you'll have a lot more time to just shoot other shots, shoot other things, prepare and whatnot, so you're not stressing so much. So I definitely recommend location scouting as much as you can, and I'm going to teach you guys how I location scout. Professional people location scout differently because, you know, they got whole teams that are dedicated just to location scout. I'm just a one-man band, and I don't have a whole team to set them whatever. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it on a budget level and everything. First things first, importance of it. Knowing the location will save you a lot of time, because when you're there ahead of time, you can figure out what camera you're gonna need, what lens you're gonna need, what lighting you're gonna need, where you're gonna set up, where's gonna be the bathroom, where's gonna be the trash area, where are all the actors gonna be sitting, all this other stuff. So it's really important because you're gonna be really prepared when it comes to shoot on that day. So for example, for my movie, when we were shooting in the hospital scene at Rock Valley College, we checked it out a few days before. We knew exactly where the bathrooms are. We knew where the garbage was gonna be because we had a lot of trash, a lot of props that we had to throw away. The most important thing being was the bathroom, because you don't want to be on set while people are asking, yo, I gotta go take a piss, and you're gonna be like, oh, hold up, I gotta stop shooting to go find the bathroom. You want to make sure that everything is fleshed out before you start shooting. How do I location scout? I pretty much go onto the location that me and the client have talked about, and I'll bring my camera and I'll just take a bunch of pictures. I'll bring my camera and I'll bring a zoom lens. Occasionally I might bring a light or something, but nothing crazy, right? So you don't need to bring a big light dome like this, or maybe a small little portable one. Small little light like this, you know? Just to see how would I look, what type of contrast ratio am I gonna want and whatnot. Stuff like that, nothing crazy. But the main thing is gonna be taking like a nice camera or whatever, even your iPhone would work, and just having a different lens or zoom in, so that way you can kind of see at a 70 mil, this is how it's gonna look. At a 50 mil, this is how it's gonna look. Is this the vibe? This is where we're gonna take establishing shots, and just really having fun experimenting and just kind of going out there and just seeing what angles are you going to be shooting. So for example, Serge's video, we originally location scouted at a graveyard. I brought my camera, I just took a bunch of pictures, just took a bunch of stills, moved around, found some different angles that I was like, oh cool, we could shoot between these trees and have some foreground stuff, and then have you in the background and stuff like that. So that kind of helped me prepare, even though we never ended up shooting there, because we ended up going to Ohio. I wasn't going to location scout in Ohio because we were only going to be there for one day to shoot. So how do you location scout without being at the location? I normally try to use Google Earth. So on Google Earth, go down to Street View and just kind of look around. Okay, these are the streets. These are going to be busy streets right here. I'm going to go into aerial view just to mimic like a drone and see what type of areas would I be able to make my drone look most cinematic. Where are there any skyscrapers? So a lot of preparations like that. One thing I do have to recommend is when you are on Google Earth, make sure to note that Google Earth is going to be during the day, and if you have a night shoot, it's going to look drastically different. I once went onto set and I was like, oh dang, I forgot there's going to be no light, so I was kind of screwed. So Google Earth is one of my favorite ways. Sometimes I'll just do both. Sometimes I will do the Google Earth thing, kind of scout it out really quickly and be like, oh, this place is interesting, and then go in person and check it out. But yeah, for Surges, we just looked it over on Google Earth, like kind of skimmed it, because we didn't know exactly what locations we were going to shoot at. We just knew we wanted to shoot at a church, and we were going to be shooting on the pier. So everything else was kind of winging it. So even though I'm giving you advice on how make sure you guys location scout, I'm not doing it. It's just really funny. If you're inexperienced, I definitely recommend location scouting, and even if you're experienced, I recommend it. Because we didn't location scout, we had a lot more of a headache during that day. We did kind of location scout on the day of. We kind of drove by because it was high noon and we wanted to shoot during sunset. So during high noon, we kind of checked it out. I brought my camera. I took a couple pictures. I said, okay, you know, we're going to probably be around f4. We're going to be around 70 mil, 50 mil, 24 mil, and just kind of played with it. Came to his cousin's house, and then we uploaded those pictures, kind of checked it out, what style he was liking, kind of color graded those really quickly, and then just kind of exported it like that. So that way, I knew exactly how to shoot it, exactly what white balance I had to shoot with, and whatnot. So one of the other important things, like I had stated, was I'll bring those photos in to Lightroom, and I will just quickly change the white balance. I will change colors. I will see contrast and all this other stuff and see how I really wanted to shoot that. Yeah, if you can make a LUT, I recommend making a LUT if that's what you end up liking. I don't know how to make a LUT. It's not my thing. But the most important thing I have to say is different colors will convey different emotions and different vibes. So knowing what colors and contrast level you want will determine what lighting you'll need. You know, if you have a small little shoot, if it's going to be a very dark scene, you'll definitely need a light. But what contrast level do you want it to be? What this and what colors? You want to gel this light, make it blue? Do you want to keep it regular daylight or tungsten? So being on set definitely helps you with that. And plus, if you're on set and you're location scouting, you see tungsten lights everywhere, you know to bring a CTO gel for your daylight light so that way it all matches and you don't have that big of a headache. So that's location scouting, super important thing. I know I'm just kind of going over it and just kind of spewing out all this information, but very important. Don't skip this step. I highly recommend keeping this step. It will save you hours, I promise you. It seems stupid, but this is why it takes me a whole month to shoot a music video. I will go through all these processes to make sure that everything is catered exactly, right? So if you're a young videographer going out and doing all this stuff, doing all this hard work, make sure you ask for a little bit more money in return, because you are the one putting in all this work that they don't see. So charge what your worth is. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you guys liking this video and sharing it and whatnot. If you guys want to see anything else, just let me know. And until next time, episode 4.